What are some practical steps men can take to grow in spiritual leadership and confidence?
Okay, so leadership, you don't lead people, you lead in a conviction.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Wait, said you don't lead people?
Yeah. So we're not called to lead people. People are called to be led by God. But what we lead in conviction. Here's how it works. So, you get a vision about something. God shows you whatever, a conviction, a vision. Actually, you get a conviction about something. So let's say you see that, people are, I know one of your convictions, you have a strong antipathy against religion, faulty religion, and you just don't like it. You naturally, you kick against certain things that does not lead people to Christ, but these traditions and things that could have people that could have a form of relationship with God, but
yeah,
it drives you, right?
Yes, formalities.
So formality, right? So let's say you have this conviction, all right, and conviction can simply be a strong feeling about something, right? And you may feel that it's not right. From that conviction, you get a vision. You're like, man, I want to start a ministry called Husband Type that would help men grow as husbands, because I have a conviction that men need to have a space where they can talk, communicate, and do these things. So from their conviction, you get a vision, all right? And now you start to communicate that vision to the masses. And now people who feel called to that vision follow your conviction. They're like, bro, I believe in this. That was me. And they start to follow the conviction. They're not following you.
They're following conviction.
Because the moment your conviction changes, they're like, oh, I'm out.
Gotcha.
So you're not called to lead people. You're called to lead in a conviction. So anytime you talk about leadership is good leadership. Number one is rooted in your conviction. If you have unhealthy convictions, bro, you're probably not going to be a good leader, because your values are going to be tainted by what you believe. You see what I'm saying? So like your conviction determines your values. If you're convicted that men should be faithful, your values are going to be faithfulness, self-control. You're probably going to have certain rules connected to your values. Because I value faithfulness, I do not hang out with other women. I do not blah, 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 blah. So your conviction, now from your conviction, you develop values. I value these things because these are convictions to me. From your values, you develop rules or regulations or policies or whatever that you put in line to make sure you don't violate your conviction. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm married. So as a married man, I'm not having other women come over here to my house. It's a rule. You can't come in here unless my wife is here. That rule is in place because I value my wife. I value my wife because of my conviction from God about marriage. You feel me? So that's how that's supposed to play out. So I'm supposed to lead in a conviction. So when I think about men being leaders, it goes back to number one, what do you believe? What are your beliefs as a leader? What are your convictions? Yeah. What are the things that you're willing to stand up for, to die for, to be persecuted over? Yeah. And then how do you communicate your convictions as values? How do you explain that these are the things that are important to me because of these? And then how do you create a culture for your family or your wife now because of those values? Like, what do you put in place? Hey, guys, we value our parents, so we don't talk like this. And if we talk like this, there's consequences. You're putting things in place now to shape culture, because it's pretty much how leadership works. And the good leaders are the ones that hold to their convictions, even when they're being persecuted, even when they have temptations to endeavor in other things. They hold to their convictions, and they withstand some of that temptation to be purchased, or to be seduced out of their convictions. They hold on to them. So leadership is really being consistent in your convictions, identifying your values, building a system that's supported and protected so that other people can see the consistency of your convictions lived out.
And so everything I'm hearing sounds like establishment of a government. It sounds
technically,
yeah.
This is
sounds
like
you're governing your whatever, even if you don't have the actual relationship, be it covenant, you're still having to create what this government, because someone is going to come into this government.
For sure. Or you're trying to keep someone out
of the government. That's good. That's a good way, because it's the microcosm. It's the family, God, family, then church, and we know the rest.
Right.
But the Bible speaks highly on obeying government because it's a system set in place
that's designed
supposed
to protect.
Boom.
The whole point
That's
of
what
laws and government
supposed to protect.
is to protect.
And that's what we're supposed to have. Sounds like a man to me.
For sure. That's what makes him a protector. He don't just protect for no reason. He protects because of value.
And it's not a protection with just a piece.
No.
See, a lot of men will just oversimplify and think protection is, I'm here. I got your back. It could be some emotional protection. It's very compartmentalized. It's not systematic.
Yeah.
It's not put in. You see what I'm saying? So how you express it, I'm like, if every man sat down and wrote out their version of government, what you said, the layers in which it takes to run and govern, something that can keep things out and keep things safe inside. I think that would be a great assignment to put into place
for sure
for counseling sessions or whatever before you get into.
For a man, number one, to list out his convictions.
Yeah.
What drives you?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, what do you believe? Number one, about God, about you and your relationship with God.
Yeah.
You know, what do you believe about yourself? You know what I mean? What do you believe about marriage? What do you believe about kids? These are great questions that get overlooked. But if you don't know what a person believes, especially, you know, you're talking about in a relationship kind of situation or romantic relationship, if you don't know what a person believes, then you sign up for the wrong type of governing.
Bro, we got a whole nother section now called Build Your Government or something. Because now I'm thinking about what you're saying. I'm like, it's all cyclical. Like, it's not just this government where you have politicians and like governors and it's the way that we're supposed to live. So what you named is conviction. So in your form of how the government is even established, you have to have conviction. Right,
which deals with your beliefs, is what you believe.
So
from there, you get values.
Because your convictions tell what you value.
Yep.
And then
from value, you're supposed to have laws. Because now you have to protect what's valuable to
conviction, values, laws.
Right.
And then where do we go after that? Because I think
it's application.
Now you put into place what is going to now make this government be functional.
This is how this is going to work in my house. Growing up at your mama house.
Yep.
This is what you're going to do
in my house. You take your shoes off right now.
That's application.
Yeah.
And she said, you're going to take them shoes off. Why? Because this is my government. And my government is based on what I value. Yeah. And I don't value dirty shoes. I value a clean house. So you're not going to wear them because my conviction is I believe my house should be clean.
So wait, run it back one more time just for me. We got conviction.
Where you started at the end to the beginning?
From the beginning.
From the beginning? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Conviction. Yep.
Then there's value.
Values.
Then values going to laws and laws going to application.
Yep.
And then from the application
is where you get culture.
That's the culture.
Yep. It becomes culture. So you can look at our country and tell our convictions. All you gotta do is look at our culture.
Yeah.
You see what we value and what we don't value.
Yeah.
So when you judge a nation's health, like how healthy is your country, you gotta do it based on their conviction about man. Man, not male and female, but man as a race.
Mankind.
What do you believe about the human race? If your country believes that certain races have less value, that's telling you about the value system of your country.
Yeah.
And it says your country is unhealthy because of its lack of conviction concerning this particular demographic or population. You have a bias in your country. You have a prejudice in your country. And which lets me know you have a hidden agenda. There's something in your conviction, in your belief system that's off about these people, and it's letting me know the condition of your health.
So let's go and run this back for now, if we can apply this, because this is good. This is going back just for those who are wanting to make sure we're on the same page.
Right.
What are some practical steps men can take to grow in spiritual leadership and confidence? So if we take this now and we extract it from the context of what you spoke about as government, as a man, as a leader, you want to be a leader in life. That's great. But to be a priest of your home, sets the tone.
Yeah.
Another bar. You got it.
Yeah, there's definitely.
That's about 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's
I'm
4.
I'm gonna have a
You
bar
got
counter.
to charge them for the rest.
Yeah,
You give too
bro,
many.
I'm sorry. My little 2 bars, my little phrase.
The rest of them, hop on Patreon. Nice.
That's hilarious. We might. Hey, while you playing, there might be an announcement because we done had some things take place.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
spiritual.
So the man now, if you're even looking at being in a relationship, if you're the husband type, if you're single and you want to establish a level of what this growth is, what it means to be responsible and have the ability, you get a chance to be able to be in headship. You get a chance to be able to love and serve. I'm not there yet, but I can prepare myself.
For sure.
So I got to prepare myself with understanding my convictions. What is it? What would you say? What is it that drives me? What is it that I'm passionate about?
Yeah.
For the sake of, as a man, I want to establish my name, my lineage, my legacy, and I don't have the. I'm single. I'm really single. I'm whole. I'm unique, and I'm separate. I'm living my best life, and I'm growing. There has to be a conviction now to think about, because you said as a man, if I have this conviction, it'll establish the values.
Right.
So now I can write down in my foundation. These are my convictions. Man, I would really want this to work, and for it to work, and why it works is because of this.